rumah atau jual rumah, jangan lupa untuk WhatsApp mereka di
9196 0066.
Dan kalau anda juga ada extra cash, jangan lupa talian amal Aidilfitri.
Jadi hulurkan tangan $2 atau $5 untuk orang hulurkan tangan.
Tak lah, tak boleh lah. Tapi aku hafal tu sebab kadang-kadang bila tengah puasa tu, korang tunggu time buka, habis dia masih nak hulurkan
betul,
tangan. Kau macam nak hulurkan tangan juga.
Itu yang kau fed up lah. Okay, faham. Sama lah.
Okay, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
アンダースダンメンデンガーザコモンフォルクスポッドキャスト DI Spotify.
Podcast ini ditajakan khas oleh Agent Hartanah, Faizal Rahim dan Irwan Jumat, atau lebih dikenali sebagai Wan&Zal.
Ya, kena boleh follow orang kat Instagram @Wan&Zal, atau boleh call atau WhatsApp di 9196 0066 9196 0066.
Jangan malu-malu, jangan segan-segan. Sekiranya anda nak menjual rumah atau nak membeli rumah, hubungi ataupun WhatsApp mereka sekarang juga, guys.
Selamat kembali ke rancangan di Common Folks Podcast, masih bersama dengan Hirzi. Hirzi, kau
Kau
patut
macam
start
boy band lah.
boy band
KRU
Wah, yes.
jauh
A to Z.
Oh, A to Z.
Fanatic.
Fanatiknya duniaku.
Dah slang. Kau patut start podcast lah. Buat lah.
Buat lah. The Hirzi Show ke?
Malas lah.
Malas
InsyaAllah, maybe one day. Never say no.
Yes.
Kita yang uruskan, Allah yang menentukan.
Wow.
Masya Allah.
Okay. So kita nak touch on apa topik bila Hirzi pula, bila dia go solo, bro.
Solo
Hirzi go solo.
Solo artis lah.
Every time kau play this song, aku macam rasa macam pocong will appear.
Jangan itu.
Jangan.
Sini ada.
Ada cerita, bro.
Okay, tak apa. Itu nanti kita boleh ceritakan. Okay, for now sekarang orang nak tahu. Orang nak tahu sebenarnya Hirzi ni nama dia betul Hirzi ke, ataupun itu memang just a stage name, ataupun nama betul Osman? Kan?
Jangan main nama Osman. Bahaya tau.
Tak ada lah.
Dah sign tau.
Dia cancel nanti.
Maafkan saya.
Okay.
Nama saya Buang.
Nama lama.
Nama
Orang lama.
Nama penuh saya, nama lawyernya, nama legalnya adalah Ahmad Hirzi. So Hirzi is correct lah. Hirzi is my real name. Dulu actually kecil-kecil aku tak suka nama aku tau. Because it's so uncommon. So like I don't know why I felt insecure because my name was uncommon. And also orang Cina tak boleh sebut nama aku. So bila aku primary 3, budak-budak Cina kelakar, nama aku Hei Chi, which means black chicken.
Wah, Sitan.
Ni nao ya na be. Ciao. Wah gonggong ah. Wah gonggong.
Sama shit. Wah gonggong. Okay.
But after
Sometimes.
actually, yeah, in my adulthood, I love my name. Like, kau tahu tak benda kelakar? So, kalau kau Google nama Hirzi tu, akan dua nama keluar tau. Muka keluar. Aku and this budak kecil. Sekarang dia tengah kecil. Aku rasa dia dah teenager. Like 11 years old, 12 years old. Dia nyanyi lagu-lagu nasyid.
So kira another side of you though, yeah?
Yes. So satu Hirzi is a sundal, and satu Hirzi is a halal version of Hirzi. And the funny thing is, kalau kau Google, nama aku akan keluar dulu. So kau imagine makcik-makcik peminat dia macam lama tak jumpa Hirzi budak tu. Tengoklah Google apa dia buat bisnes sekarang. Lepas tu gambar-gambar aku semua keluar. Drag queen aku semua keluar.
Tapi nak kena type Ahmad Hirzi ke atau Hirzi je?
Just type Hirzi. Ada dua Hirzi keluar.
Alah ramai bro. Ni ada pakai celak bagai.
Exactly. Kau Google Hirzi nasyid,
Nanti keluar.
nanti budak kecil tu keluar. So kau imagine peminat-peminat dia yang makcik-makcik ni nak Google cari dia.
Yelah.
Keluar muka aku pakai coli.
Itulah.
Sasha pula keluar.
Dia kenal lah Sasha.
Boleh.
Gambar, you kenal apa?
Okay, kalau diberi peluang kau cakap tadi kau tak suka nama kau tau. Kalau betul-betul agak-agak kalau diberi peluang, kau nak nama kau apa sebenarnya?
Buang lah.
Tak
Tak lah, so kau gila lah. Oh gila lah.
Maybe David Tompel.
Never one point.
Wow.
David Tompel.
David Pompel.
Adik kepada AR Tompel.
Ya. Tapi okay, but in a serious note, kira macam mana tu nama?
Dulu bila aku kecil, I wanted a more common name like Shafiq. Because my brother's name is very common.
Okay.
And my sister's name also is okay lah. It's quite common. I'm not going to name them because I'm very protective of my family.
Okay.
So, but my name was just I've never heard Hirzi before, and it's very rare.
Bagi aku rare juga sih.
Ya, tapi kat Kelantan banyak tau nama aku.
Is it?
Dia panggil tak easy tu.
Oh, Kelantan.
Kecek Kelantan mau ada.
Mu demo orang Kelantan.
Mau je kecek Kelantan.
Saya dah tengok molek Izzy.
Nah, ada Chan hobi main borian.
I suka tujuh hati.
Yeah.
Tapi kau daerah mana ya? Kau was raised dengan brought up West, East.
I was it's so such a strange. Seranggun.
Oh sama dengan Aidil. Si Aidil.
Kita dulu at Cimbowen.
Oh yeah, really?
No lah.
Sial.
Kira gini dah.
Seranggun.
Seranggun, yeah. So there's no
Seranggun.
east, there's no west. It's like smack in the middle-ish.
Memang budak Seranggun semua talented lah.
Sudah.
Daerah kita across my block is Kumar. Somewhere around the other side is Suhami. So you're telling me it's not a comedian area?
Pasal Suhaimi Yusof pakcik dia.
Kira belakang aku, belakang saya misal aku.
Oh, patut lah.
Orang kuat.
Such a small world.
I see. Okay, mana question aku tadi? Melencong pula. Kau okay, bila kau dah habis announce okay Munah Hirzi tutup. So apa kau buat dengan Benjamin Heng?
Benjamin Heng. Siapa? Benjamin King.
Oh, Benjamin King.
Kuat king tu budak tu.
Sorry.
Kira hilang.
Aku dah kenal Benjamin King ni like probably I knew him 2013. He had a band. He's a musician lah. At that point in time, he was with the Sam Willows.
Wow, 10 years back
Yeah. So satu kali tu, I also do odd production job like assistant directing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And I was his assistant director for one web series he did in 2016. And I just knew that he is a talented kid, and I felt like with magic together we would have created even bigger magic. So right before Munah Hirzi closed, our show was January 2018. I reached out to him December 2017. I remember this because I wanted to hit pitch season for at the point of time Toggle had a pitch season lah. Macam kau pitch apa show kau nak, and aku cakap, hey Ben, do you want to write a series with me not? And dia cakap, yeah, sure. Tapi little did I know that he and I were gonna birth something on our own separately. And so we created this comedy sketch series called the Benzi Project.
Benzi.
And we modeled it after Key and Peele, this American comics. But to Malayfy it, it's macam our very own scenario.
Okay.
And Comedy Central picked it up, and we got to have our own spin-off of a Comedy Central Asian format, which was the Stand Up Asia, and I won my first award from it.
Wow. Congratulations. Comedy Central lah.
Terima kasih.
Wah, besar Syah.
How I wish. Yeah.
How was it?
Oh yeah. No, how is it? Yeah.
I see. Then aside from that, apa lagi kau buat bila kau solo? Macam aku nampak kau ada buat macam fashion ni semua.
Oh yeah, fashion
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow. Homework. I'll be frank with you, okay? I'll be very candid with you guys.
So, Frankie.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Munah Hirzi split, I was very insecure.
Serious
I was going through like this anxiety
Shit.
because a lot of people knew where Munah was gonna go. It was so like, you look at the both of us, you knew that she was gonna sell on TV. You know that she was gonna just take off.
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna name names, but there's this person who I used to work with and was very close. He sat down with me. He said this to me, and it triggered me so bad.
Wow.
Sampai sekarang aku tak berbual dengan dia.
Oh serious.
But he said, so what are you gonna do? I know what Munah is gonna do. We all know what Munah is gonna do.
Yeah.
But I'm worried for you. What are you going to do?
I'm worried for you.
Yeah.
Dia cakap gitu.
And at the point I was like, I told Munah about it. I was like, I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
For the first time, I'm gonna live my career without the crutches of Munah.
Yeah.
So how am I going to do it? That year, I overkilled myself. I did everything that I wanted to do on the plate I've never done before. Movie, stand-up, fashion styling, writing, TV. Everything, right? I just tried.
Cool.
Because I was so insecure.
Yeah.
I was waiting for permission. So I
Permission
did
to
everything.
dance?
No, permission to like to feel like I'm valid. Like I make a purpose in this art community.
Oh.
And so I tried and did everything lah. So even the Benzi project came on. When people saw me, people saw my ego. Ooh, this is good. When people saw me in 2018 to 2019,
Yeah.
they saw my ego, but the ego was an insecure person trying to just tell you I can do everything.
Hey, look, I'm here, man.
Yeah, that was the energy. But the truth was, prinsip budak tu dia macam takut lah. Dia macam, is it I have what it takes.
I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Kira dia rasa macam was-was macam aku dah tak dengan Muna, aku relevan ke tak?
Betul.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind
Aku
of
wujud tak kat dalam dunia ni
aku
semua
faham.
Ya.
Because
Tapi dekat social media kau nampak dia budak yakin gila babi.
Of course lah.
Tapi kat dalam actually dia macam
Tapi asal kau fikir that, macam gitu?
there was the question that my friend asked. But the truth is sekarang after I've gone through like healing and all that,
Kau kelakar apa?
what I realized was when I was angry at my friend for asking me that, the reason why I was angry was because I believed it myself. He was asking me something that I was already telling myself.
I see.
Oh, okay.
He attack that angle lah.
Yeah, and sometimes like Allah just put you in position where someone else will ask you something that you are already hearing in your head, but it's up to you to take that challenge.
Yeah.
And so I did. The only problem was, I think, in me wanting to prove everything and achieve everything, I allowed myself to drown in work and just let my ego take over my joy.
I see.
I prioritize proving something versus enjoying what I do.
I see. So kau tak macam depressed, ada depression memo?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Tak ada memo lah, but like I think I think dengan solatnya ianya.
Alhamdulillah. Macam tadi kau imam solat air tu.
betul.
Sedap dia punya solat.
Kira kau tak balik on air terus diri bawah air tu terus tangis ke?
There is lah. There definitely is. I think macam you just all these parts of us we never show.
Ya, of course lah.
Yeah.
Of course lah. Kita ada sil-sil juga apa. Takkan semua kau nak limpah social media. Betul tak?
Betul.
But aku tengok Instagram macam aside from benda-benda yang kau post tu, macam kita cakap pasal fashion pula.
Yes, saya.
So fashion pun kau buat jugalah.
Fun ah.
Fashion tu macam apa yang kau buat sebenarnya? Dapat barang like diorang sponsor kau ke?
Okay, to be honest, fashion kau tak ada duit let me just make it clear.
Apa tak dapat duit?
There's no money in fashion.
Okay.
It's just pure joy. Macam it's just art for you. So in 2017, I used to like style a lot of my celebrity friends for fun. There was only Aisha managed to pay me.
Okay.
But for everyone else, I just did it because it was fun.
Yeah.
And then I think when I went solo, I applied it onto myself. So now it's you got to think of yourself as a brand tau. So kau punya brand, it's not just your product, it's not just your podcast, it's how do you guys put yourself together.
Yeah.
So if let's say Gucci wants to come
Wow, okay.
to your podcast, Gucci will look at the overall branding of the common folks.
Exactly, yeah.
And if it's a match or not. So to me, I wanted to brand myself artistically authentic to who I was.
Okay.
So I knew I liked my culture, my Malay culture. I knew I was also very avant-garde, meaning to say like I like to test certain boundaries. So I do all this like cross-gender dressing. And it's just fun for me. It's a huge part of my branding now.
I see.
Itu yang aku nampak dia punya tempat IG tu. Dia
Yeah.
berpakaian macam ada batik ni semua.
Yeah.
Style,
Bagi
yeah.
aku style lah. Fancy lah.
Correct.
Kan?
Correct.
So the
How is it?
brand apa yang paling besar pernah masuk?
Ooh.
Boleh share ke?
Kiki Lala.
Kenal apa macam?
Brand lama.
Brand lama.
Budak kecilnya brand.
So far, most of the brands that work with me are pretty commercial. But two of my favorite gigs so far, by the time this comes out, I think I can announce it already.
Okay.
One is Traveloka, and one is Burger King, which is this next coming one.
Burger King.
Dia kerja
Yeah.
Burger King.
Oh yeah. Hey man,
Yeah.
hey, hold up. First of all,
Yeah.
do you know my first job? Not my first job, but my second job was Watson's.
Watson's is it?
Okay.
Wow.
Anytime purple uniform dengan purple tie.
Mesti
Okay.
lah.
Budak 16 tahun.
Seksi lah kau pakai
Hey.
Seksa aku tambah.
Oh, Watson
Yeah. Well, what was the question? Oh, so Burger King and Traveloka. And
Nice.
what I like about when clients choose me, I'm not a Muna, meaning to say like a lot of brands want to work with you. I have like a few brands that want to work with me, but when they want to work with me kan, diorang selalu cakap, we want the campaign to feel like you. We want a campaign to sound. So I will write, I will style, and they give me the creative freedom. Most times they choose me because they want it to be garang. They want it to be pedas.
Pedas.
They want it to have attitude.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by branding. Once kau dah cement it on your social media, this is who I am. Brands see the attachment, and if the campaign shares the same DNA, then they book you for it.
Oh,
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And also aku nak tanya kau about
saya.
macam apa the cross gender
Cross gender.
cross gender yang
Cross gender?
just
making you nervous.
The drag queen thing
Yes,
lah,
yes,
tu lah.
yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
So memang kau suka buat tu ke, atau is just macam nak
Art lah.
art ke macam mana?
Sad music.
Okay. Pakai coli bagai.
Kau pondan. Tak baik pakai pondan.
Betul.
Dah perempuan-perempuan macam ni, panggil pondan. Jahat mulut. Macam ni pondan ke? Macam ni pondan ke?
Tak, I suka.
Thank you. Tu TikTok saja. Terima kasih.
Macam sial aku.
I love Kumar.
Okay.
As a kid, the first stand-up sets I've ever seen was Kumar. When YouTube came, a lot of people were uploading Kumar punya video atau performance dia, and I was like, garang, fearless, said whatever, and was funny.
Yes.
So I would like simpan my duit to just watch Kumar in the bar, minum coke tapi still watch Kumar. Budak 18 tahun just to watch Kumar tau.
Tu yang kerja Watson tu
Masa tu lah macam duit Watson aku simpan. And then one of my things that I never realised was I love acting also on the side.
Okay.
Macam I will play a police officer, I will play like, you know, my Cik Lay adjacent characters. But when I did watak-watak macam makcik or my Mina character, I didn't see it as drag.
Okay.
I didn't see it as drag. Macam to me it's just acting. Until one day kids come up to me and say, thank you so much for doing what you do, because now I feel represented. Like LGBT kids come up to me, and I was very confused at first. I was like, why is my acting something they feel represented? But a boy in a dress on the internet at that point of time was something that the TV didn't have. And then I understood, oh, that's what it means to these kids.
I see.
So I accepted that while I'm acting, the element of what I do is drag. And then I just take it with a pinch of salt. Drag queens will come for me though. Drag queens say you are not a drag queen.
Oh, serious?
If you don't work Saturday, Sunday in the bars, you don't do your shows, don't call yourself drag. If you don't do your own makeup, don't call yourself a drag queen.
But
and
why?
I don't do my own makeup, by the way. I hire a makeup artist.
Okay.
Because they're very garang. It's an art form to them. It's and I respect it enough to understand that okay, maybe what I do is not enough to call me a drag queen. But to the people that is important to hear that I do drag, for the kids I allow them to say, oh yeah, he represents that. Yeah, that's how I love. But this Shasha character, she just makes me feel fierce. She will say things for me that I wouldn't be able to say as Hirzi. And it's so fun also because she's a woman character. So sometimes things that I can't say as a man, she says on my behalf, and it becomes funny.
Itu sebab ini datangnya Cik Manap nak tanya dia.
Cik Manap. Cik Manap siapa pula?
Inilah Cik Manap ni.
Okay, dia saya Syasha. Macam mana? Okay.
Ni Hirzi, Cik Manap nak tanya sikit lah.
Syasha.
Maaf Syasha
Okay.
Syasha ni sebenarnya ni straight ke apa ni?
Syasha
Asal pakai pakaian macam gini Syasha?
sial lah cik. Cik agak-agak cik. Saya ni nampak perempuan kan?
Ya.
Saya straight girl lah.
Bukan
Saya straight girl. Saya cik berkenan apa sial.
tak adalah. Awak rambut dah berserak macam gini. Cakap
Cik Mana
perempuan.
lama duda.
Lama duda. Sakit kuat dia.
Cik nak try cik cakap je CPF kau cukup saya on.
Tak ada. Cik Mana sebenarnya gay dulu, tapi dah berubah lah. Itu sebab Cik Mana nak tanya.
Tapi cik mana kalau gay kenapa cik mana come for me? Saya woman cik mana.
Cik Mana apa ni Cik Mana?
Ya, maafkan saya cuma tanya soalan aja.
Dah cik, jangan
Kan?
confuse.
Ya.
Cik, saya nak cakap je, kalau tekak tu cik belum try, cik belum tahu. Cik tutup mata sama leganya.
Okay.
Rasa macam nak makan Google hack.
And then aku nampak this I don't know whether it's short drama ke atau movie about apa is the BL
BL web series. Yes.
Tell me about it.
So BL web series is a genre. It's boy love. It's short for boy love.
Yes.
It's essentially a gay genre lah.
Gay genre.
It's very popular in Thailand, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, and Singapore was doing one, including a Thai co-production.
Okay.
And okay.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I got a call.
Yeah.
They wanted a comedic role for one scene. And I was down. I was so down for it.
I see.
It was funny. It was a sex scene. This was how the producer pitched it to me.
That's
okay?
right.
Hirzi, we want you to appear in a BL series. And it's a sex scene. And you're like, ooh, you know, the artist, and you feel like, ooh, a sex scene in a BL series. That's like controversial. I'm down for it. And then he says, yeah, and we want you to be comical. Kau hajar.
Macam mana?
Dia nak kau buat sex scene tapi dia nak kau jadi pelawak.
Yalah, macam mana?
Oh,
I did it
sex scene at the same time pelawak juga.
Buat kelakar.
Macam dia cakap kau punya sex mesti kelakar.
Susah.
Susah saya.
Kau nak try? Next season aku recommend.
Try Ali.
BL.
Aku
Nanti kelakar Ali.
Aku nak tengok kau saya bugil. Aku bayar lah sial. Okay, but how's the experience? Kau rasa macam awkward ke atau kau very comfortable ke? Macam scene dia paling rabak macam mana?
Okay, if you are an actor, the challenge of the script is what should excite you. The scene was pretty simple. It's me walking in on my boyfriend cheating on me.
Okay.
While thinking I'm having sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only to find out there's someone else in the room lah. And so my stresses was not so much the scene, because we were not really gonna have sex. There was not gonna be makeout and stuff like that. But how to make it funny. On top of that, you're in Thailand. These people are like their production level next thing. And number one, I don't speak the language. So they flew you down. I was the only person they flew down. And you had the pressure of like, I need to make this worth their time and worth their budget. And so I remember bila I got the script, I was writing notes on the side.
Yeah.
How to funny it up a bit more. I remember the first time I did the set, and then there was one part where I was actually not supposed to be half naked. I was supposed to have my pants on, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna just appear my suara dalam.
Serious
Yeah. So then I pull my pants down to my ankle because I wanted to walk in a stupid way.
Okay,
Macam bodoh kan. I even told the sound person, oh, you gotta adjust the mic back to fit in my underwear and everything. The minute I hit the first take, the whole, and they don't understand English that well, this Thai crew. The whole crew burst out into laughter.
Ya Allah.
Yeah. And they were like, you're good, you're very good, you're very good. Very word, yeah. And to me when I saw that, right, and this was so important because in the pandemic I felt insecure again.
Okay.
As an actor, I wasn't getting gigs. I wasn't like, the art died in the pandemic. So this was my first job outside of Singapore.
Okay.
Outside of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And when you hear validation from people who don't know who you are, who don't speak your language, you suddenly feel like, I still got it.
Lagi orang Thailand cakap You're good. You're good. Baik saya Hirzi.
Tapi itu bila tu?
This was April this year.
Oh, is it? Recently lah. Wow.
Yeah, so it was this year.
Oh, baik Izzy.
Then after tak ada offer lagi ke? Macam
Recently I came back from the States. That was fun.
apa kau buat dekat stage?
I was
Beli kari
invited.
pap
Jauh kali pak tu.
Flight dah mahal.
Nah, lebih baik jual beli nasi padang.
$17 mahal.
Ya lah makcik.
Makcik jual, we are coming for you. Okay, if you sell a nasi padang and you at Jewel, he has a problem with it.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I has a friend I also support.
It's my homie, man.
You got problem with him, I have a problem with you.
We can take the bus together.
Yes. Don't think we cannot bang bus you.
Bang bus.
Bang bus lain.
Banyak makcik pun kau nak bang bus.
Banyak ex-hamster.
Tak ada, dah terlalu excited.
Okay.
I was in the States. I was invited to do a red carpet for this movie premiere in LA. So it was like Hollywood people. Oh my god, it was so fucking cool. It was so fucking cool. Like I'll be honest. I didn't behave myself. I acted like a fan. Every famous person that walked by, I just stopped for a photo.
Siapa kau
Okay,
nampak?
example.
Do you guys know Billie Eichner?
Oh, ingat Billie Eilish.
Tinggal Taman Jurong kan?
No, there are like a lot of famous YouTubers, a lot of famous actor. Chris Colfer was there. The drag queen winner Simone was there. So it was just like, to me, it was a taste of what happens if I do get famous in the West. And I'm like, now I want. You know, and then when I went to New York, I met a lot of I went to comedy shows. I was spending time with Ronnie Chang, and he was just giving me advice on comedy. And like, you just have this taste in your mouth, like, is this a sign? Is this Allah telling me, like, okay, now you try outside of Malaysia and Singapore?
Yeah.
So, entahlah cerita-cerita.
Boleh share tak dengan kita apa yang dia kasih kata perangsang tu?
Ronnie Chang?
Yeah, Ronnie Chang. Yeah.
Ronnie, sweet guys, yeah. Sweet. Like, you see his comedy is garang and angry all the time, right? But like, oh my god, the way he makes you feel so comfortable, much he has no ego about him or his art. He just welcomes this nobody, and he knew who I was, which I think is so respectful.
Yeah.
I think whoever you spend time with, always do homework about them before meeting them. Because when Ronnie did that for me, I felt like my guts were down. I didn't have to feel like I need to overcompensate myself. He insisted for me to just serve the comedy that I have as it is. Sometimes in comedy, like, you think a stand-up is a specific template.
Yeah.
But he told me, like, look, if you do parodies, if you do sketches, you can just perform any kind of live shows you want. Because comedy is comedy. It doesn't have a format. As long as you make someone laugh, you're serving the purpose of a comedy.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's my goal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. You know you got it. Yeah, I got you, girl.
Yeah, you can do live show, you know.
Yeah. Kalau kita buat live show turun lah, Izzy,
Of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How is it?
Yeah.
Then berapa hari kau dekat States tu?
I was. This was another cool thing. Like, Allah was so cool. Okay. 2 weeks before that gig, I didn't even know I was going up to LA.
Okay.
So they booked it really last minute. Once they booked me, I wanted to surprise my friend in New York. She just gave birth. So I
New
planned with her
York.
husband.
Okay.
So I flew from LA to New York. 3 days landing into New York, I got a call from Singapore and said, we need you to come back and fly back. We will fly you back. We have a job for you.
Oh,
So then I'm like, okay, who is this jet setter? Now someone flew me to LA. Now someone else flew me back to New York.
Style, cia.
Yeah, and then like, you can even just abandon the flight ticket home from LA.
Sure.
Someone else fly me from New York. And
Wow.
it was so interesting because in the daytime I was making connections in New York, and then in the nighttime I was working Singapore for this gig. So Singapore time zone is different, right?
Yeah.
I was so tired, but I was so filled with passion.
Of course.
And then, it's the Burger King gig.
Okay, baik. But New York kau tak jumpa ni siapa? Ni Mikael, dia pun kat New York kan?
Pada aku hitam-hitam putih-putih.
Yalah.
Okay? Yes.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Kau betul-betul kau salah-salah.
Yeah.
Ya, betul lah.
That's right, man.
Kita respect lah.
Okay, orang dah tahu tau. Dia very versatile ni orang. Acting lah, you say lah, singing lah, apalah, jadah lah, semua dia buat.
Dancing.
Tapi orang nak tahu apa sebenarnya hobi kau ni.
Apa
Selain
hobi?
daripada ni benda lah, ni anu benda ni.
Ni anu.
Anu benda ni.
My hobby
Main chess ke?
Squash.
Tak ada ke?
Wow, good question
Squash.
Main chess koleksi. Mungkin dia bukan main chess
Main chess tak apa. Jangan suka hobi collect stamp je.
Maybe dia main burung macam
Ya.
macam burung.
Dengar kan aku tak tangkap.
Yeah, what's your hobby, man?
Kental lah pada aku orang ada hobi. How free are you that you have a hobby? Actually, okay, no. Honestly, you should have a hobby, but I don't have a hobby.
Oh, okay.
Most times I just spend trying to be creative, and I guess because what I do I love already. Like I'm either styling or writing comedy or I'm performing or I'm producing. So I'm already working my hobby.
Oh,
Kan? Yeah, maybe that's why I'm like thinking like maybe I don't have a hobby. I like what I do.
Maybe that's your hobby lah. Itu yang dia buat tu.
Because he's doing what he love to do lah.
Yeah, of course lah.
That's great. That's
That's good.
great. But what?
Okay, selain daripada tu aku nak tanya juga.
Yes.
What your parents think about whatever you think you do right now?
Oh my god.
Supportive, negative, macam mana?
I think it's a very interesting thing. I'm very, very protective of my family. If people don't realize, I don't share them at all on my social media.
When I do your homework,
Yeah.
cannot find.
Yeah.
Tapi tak boleh share tak apalah.
No. Because I love them so much. That's why I'm very protective. And I know what I do is controversial. I know what I do sometimes get flagged. And I don't know if on their own personal capacity their friends talk about what I do to them, and maybe they do.
Yeah.
But I think what I love about my family's relationship is they trust what I do, and they trust that I'm not a bad person.
Of course.
And what I do always sorts of maintains the boundaries that I can stand for. Sometimes the principles, of course, I think will clash. I think like I'm a bit more progressive, modern, liberal.
Yes.
But I think they allow me, and I don't ask permission.
Wow.
Wow, kelip mata
Kalau ada power dah keluar tau api. Wow.
And they don't always agree with what I do. So but I think you yourself need to stand by with if you can stand up for what you say and what you do, then okay.
I got another question.
Okay,
Yes,
terus.
sir.
It's a quick question.
Yeah, quick question.
Yeah,
5, 4.
Dah habis.
Nah.
Okay, how do you take with a lot of negative comments toward yourself? Kan orang selalu macam kutuk lah, criticize lah pasal apa yang kau
Orang
dah
yang
buat.
tak kenal dia Dia ni bapuk lah apa orang cakap kasar-kasar. Kasar-kasar dia tau.
Jadi dengar Cik Nuraidi, Cik Seman yang kat luar.
John, dengar John.
J, dengar J.
Jangan lupa.
Wah tak getah. Wah gonggong. I think I know my purpose.
Okay.
Saya tahu purpose bahasa Melayu apa?
Purpose.
Mata kan kau sini.
Purpose lah.
Purpose lah kira intention lah, kita punya intention Niat.
Saya tahu nawa itu saya not niat lah cik. It's purpose lah purpose. I know my purpose, and it took a while for me to understand my purpose. And now I understand the power of my art and my content.
Yeah.
I know my intention as well. So when the hate comes, to me, I see how powerful the reactions are. If your art doesn't create a reaction, then it's just content.
Okay.
Maknanya kita on the right track kali
Correct.
Of course.
Later kita kena kutuk kan.
Kita kena cukup.
Seniman dengan influencer lain.
So kira kau influencer ke kau seniman?
I model a lot of what I do, and I pay homage to him a lot. Even in college, to Tan Sri Priyaramli. His body of work, if you look at the trajectory of what I do, I mirror what he do a lot. I look up to him a lot.
Yeah.
So macam if you watch the Benzi project, there's a sketch series called Halal Gap. It's about how this Muslim Malay conservative mom has an anak ipar out of the religion. And I talk about that relationship. And it's not to vilify conservative. It's not to make like conservative people look like the evil people. But it's for us to step out and make us see how human some connections just are.
Okay.
My art now, I know, is about finding the middle spot. It's about bridging two different worlds together.
Okay, got it.
And that's why hate don't get to me now. To me, it only gets to me if it comes from the people I love.
I see.
My friends,
Yeah.
my family. But if it creates a reaction to people, then I know what I do is causing ripples, and it makes me more proud, if anything.
But like, have you dapat macam threaten, death threat, this kind of hatred, aggressive ni lah?
Pernah banyak.
Serious ah?
Yeah. I think sometimes like it's even more annoying when it's like in person, and they just macam like they think it makes your day horrible.
Okay.
To like make it clear to you in front of your face. The only time, I think this is a fun story, the only time that was just taken aback was when someone spat coffee in my face.
Serius Campak itu.
Panas tak?
I can't really confirm if it was a spit, but let me tell you the story lah. So what happened was, here comes the sound.
Let's
So
go.
you know the crossing from Mandarin Gallery to Hiran?
Okay.
You know how Singaporeans are so slow?
Yeah.
So I always like to stand at the front of the traffic light, so I know I wouldn't be obstructed by people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was standing in front, and then I was using my phone. This was the year of Pink Dot lah. So you naturally know the heat of the Conservatives were pretty in season at that point of time.
Yeah.
I can't confirm who it is. I can't confirm anything. Let me tell you. Let me finish the story. So I was on my phone. I didn't even see anything.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, I felt this pressure lah on my face of liquid. So at first I thought like it was a bird shit, because if it's bird shit, it's upstairs, right? But it felt forward on my face, and then it was the pressure of a spit. It was not like macam renjis. It was strong and directed. So it wasn't raining. It was a hot, humid day, and then I could smell coffee also. So the thing is, aku ni macam still nak tangka handsome. Ada pun macam you're 20 something, so still macam like kena handsome. So when that happened, I knew there were people around me. I didn't even register that this is a spit, this is coffee. I didn't register yet, but all I know is I kena recover handsome.
Okay. Ya mestilah.
Okay.
So I did this.
Wow.
Just slow mo. But next thing I know is the cars that were turning right, there was this car that just passed me as that pressure came, and the windows wound up. So
Probably.
I can't confirm anything.
Siapa dia lah kan?
All I know is it's the pressure of a spit, and it was coffee.
Wow.
Kopi O ke kopi bersusu?
Kopi O.
Tapi baju semua dah leceh lah, dah kotor lah.
No, it was a face. Dia kena
Muka je.
Tak tempias baju lah.
Okay.
Jahat dia budak.
Rabak saya gitu
leceh.
Contohnya kalau kau yang kena jap,
saya.
kau buat apa?
Aku jerit.
Macam mana?
Ya.
Funny lah.
Kan ni nahu ah.
Okay, alright.
Sial lah.
So tapi on a serious note lah
Yes, saya.
bila aku tengah buat homework pasal
banyak
Hirzi.
homework dia.
Of course lah.
Homework man.
So at this point of time kau pernah almost kena stroke pasal kau work too much. Kau boleh share tak?
This cheetah was funny. This was 2019, I remember, and I was doing too many things. I was doing this bazaar business.
Okay.
And then I was doing the Benzi project. I was doing stand up, and I was doing a couple of web series. I like would sleep 3 hours a day
Sure, 3 jam aja.
for 3 months, 4 months.
Sial lah.
And so then my body, you know, your body, right, on adrenaline, it would just go.
Yeah.
Macam when you are on the adrenaline, your body just keep pushing for you. So finally, when all of it was over, it was 2 weeks before my birthday, which was Hari Raya window lah. And when your body finally gets the rest, it tells you the state it's in, and it was bad. So I was having bronchitis. My body was just shattered lah. So I thought I was gonna go get it sorted. I went to a clinic. I went to a GP at my house to get obat batuk tau. I just wanted obat batuk. And I told the doctor my symptoms, and I told him like, oh yeah, I can't smell. So I thought like just normal flu, right? And no, I told him I couldn't taste. And then he was like, yeah, this is normal symptoms, you know, like if you can't taste, you can't smell.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, I can smell. So I took my minyak wangi. I smelled the minyak. Yeah, I can smell. And then he just stops typing, saying, okay, then that's strange, because I told him like I had chest pains, I had migraine, and I couldn't taste, but I can smell. Your taste and your sense of smell is connected. There's no way that one can be without the other, unless it's a neurological problem.
Okay.
So then he said, I'm gonna write you a memo. You got to go to the hospital. Go to the ER and not the ER. Go to the accident and emergency A&E. Go to the A&E. I was like, dramatic, yeah. Just want the obat batuk. And I have to go to. So the nearest hospital was Sengkang Hospital, which like at that, I don't know who the staff is now lah, but at that point in time macam slow babi.
Alamak.
So I even waited right until midnight because I didn't want people to be at the A&E. So then macam cepat lah. But it's just until 4 in the morning. Went there, then they did ECG and everything. I was like, so dramatic lah for an obat batuk. Yeah, and then this is funny. This is a funny story actually. I was waiting around. They put me in the bed and everything. So apa sah? Like, why is it so dramatic?
Yeah.
Just for an obat batuk.
But you're feeling okay ke apa at that point of time?
Yeah, I didn't realize that the memo told the hospital like, these are irregularities to check, and I didn't know at the point of time what it means. I'm not a medical student.
Got it.
Then this Dr. Chino come out, kelakar gila Dr. Chino. So we did the scan now of your X-ray. Everything seems normal so far. The ECG has some irregularities, and you don't have a stroke yet lah. And at that point of time, that was the first time.
What?
I was like, I was here for hours for you to wait on a stroke, and which I think makes sense lah. Like if a stroke was to happen, they were just gonna wait, and then at least they're there to address it. But tell me from the start that a stroke, because it runs in my family, so I believe that I can get a stroke.
Okay.
But at that point, baru kau tahu kau tengah dalam katil. Dah lah aku tak bawa charger, handphone. Macam mana aku nak bilang orang, family, I have a stroke. No, I didn't have time for that. And then this story gets weirder, bro. The story is so fucking funny. So I guess after this, we're just gonna do a Milo test.
Oh. Viral is minor test, is it?
Kita bayar dia mahal-mahal tau jadi doktor. Dia kasi kita Milo test. So this is literally on my stories. Like, he comes up with a cup of Milo. With a cup of Milo.
What the fuck?
With a yellow straw. I still remember. It's like, so we're gonna let you taste and see if your taste has come back.
Okay.
Okay. So now, what is this Milo test? Must be a bit more than just tasting this Milo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So aku rasa lah. Dah rasa lepas tu dia tengok aku. So, do you taste the Milo? I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. So, what is it sweet or what? I was like, like tastes like hospital Milo. Kau kena like hospital Milo taste different from Milo at kedai mama.
Correct.
Kira dia ada tawar-tawar heavy sikit.
So aku tak tahu kalau gula dia letak ke tak. Saya cakap. Lepas tu dia cakap, so do you taste like sweet? And I said, no lah, like a bit bitter. So I don't know if this is my taste but still not coming back, or if it's like just like that. So I said, I don't taste the milk or anything. You don't taste the milk? Oh, okay. Do you taste the sugar? I don't taste the sugar. Oh, you don't taste the sugar. Lepas tu kau tahu apa dia cakap? Yeah, maybe we never put enough.
Bodoh sial lah.
So they sent me back that night, and alhamdulillah there wasn't a stroke lah. But it really gave me
Kira a wake up call lah.
It's a wake up call for my health. No matter how insecure you are about your art, about your craft, or whether or not you're valid, that you only have this body and this one lifetime lah. Without the body, you cannot achieve anything.
That's right.
So then it took a lot longer actually. It took the pandemic for me to learn a bit more. Yeah.
Oh, tapi tu time kau seorang lah kan yang kau pergi.
I was alone.
Tak kau ni Munah boleh turun kan?
I got message her. I said, hey babe, at this point in time I wish I had your charger.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Bastard satu apik
Doktor. Dia doktor.
Tapi suara dia betul macam mana kau buat tu.
Ya. So maybe So kalau kau from Sengkang Hospital, kau tahu doktor ni, kau tahu siapa lah.
Yalah. Okay
2019 lah dia doktor.
Wow.
Tapi dalam keseluruhannya, apa sebenarnya kau nak? Tapi bila aku dengar cerita daripada dia kan, nampak macam kau okay lah, duit tu memang penting lah. Cuma aku can see that kau more into art lah, compared to macam lebih pada monetization. Aku nak kaya pasal aku retire.
More to passion.
Is it? Ke atau kau ada goal aku nak buat duit maybe 1 million pasal aku diam lah, retire lah.
Hopefully bila kau berkarya tu, kau tak kata lapar. And hopefully like my karya for me in my life, my ambition is if my family and I are comfortable, then I know I'm okay. But this is the thing about karyawans, you know, like you don't often make money, but alhamdulillah, like it's been I'm still here,
Still surviving,
you know. And so I always go back to the story of P. Ramlee. He, after Singapore separated from Malaysia, there was like obviously politics between like, you know, Malaysian TV, Malaysian filmmakers and Singaporean filmmakers, and he was always the in-between. And at the point of time, I think they weren't favouring him enough that he lost the gigs he used to get. He was so poor, he started selling mahjong tables to rent. Do we know this?
Yeah.
This is how much I look up to him. I know his story.
Mahjong table.
Yeah, he was
Masa
doing,
dia dah rabak gila.
he was doing like karaoke at weddings and stuff like that.
Shit.
This was our seniman that we celebrate today. Can you imagine at one point of time after his gemilang years, this was how orang Melayu treated him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then, even on his funeral, Saloma had to beg for rice so that they can do tahlil for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the nature of karyawans. Years later, you will be celebrated. Sheila Majid will write you a song called Legenda.
Okay.
But P. Ramlee died not knowing the legacy of his work.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not comparing myself to him, but I hope to do what I know my intentions are with my art, for the kids who need my art, the specific kids who need my art, and connecting them with the generation I grew up with, and realize that this lifetime is meaningful and there's space for everyone. And if I can do this while, you know, my rezeki is not plugged out, that would be the best blissful life I can live.
InsyaAllah Hirzi. Kita akan doa kau.
Amin. Terima kasih.
Sama.
Thank you.
Tapi sebelum kita end this thing kan, aku nak tanya what do you think about kau punya generation? Time kau buat YouTube
Kau bertua ni.
apa dia? Terkejut aku.
Bukan aku. Dia.
Aku terkejut saya.
Apa betul?
Okay, just compare yourself punya generation dengan sekarang punya Gen Z yang tengah nak up kat TikTok. You know, ada rasa macam diorang ikut-ikut kau punya style juga tak?
I cannot. I mean, if anything, I thank. Kan tergagap. I cannot assume or I cannot say.
Yeah.
But I know I am who I am because Kuma opened doors for me.
Correct.
Wow.
So the percehan will happen.
Percehan,
The percehan will happen, and however they want to pay homage or like, you know, just say, oh, Hirzi did this and therefore I spin off new versions of this.
Yes.
But that's art. It starts from someone and
Yes.
it ripples to something. If there is no Kuma and no P. Ramlee, there won't be the legacy of the body of work that I've done.
Yes.
Wow.
Such a nice word.
Nice answer.
Yeah.
But,
How is it?
I mean, kalau let's say kalau orang do copy dia punya content ke apa, dia still ada dia punya own branding.
Yes.
Dia punya own art. Orang tahu ini buat ni Hirzi.
Kenapa? Korang macam berbual someone specific. Siapa yang copy aku nak tahu ni?
No.
Siapa? You give me 3 people you think copied me.
Tak, sebab sekarang ni kita dah tengok kat TikTok, orang berpakaian perempuan, lelaki di semua, you know.
Drag queen.
Macam drag queen ke ataupun apalah, etc. and etc. Kita boleh nampak orang macam ada yang trying hard, you know, trying to be funny. But
Siapa?
No lah,
Give me names lah.
no, I just saw lah. I tak nampak nama dia. Come on lah.
Muka dia macam mana muka dia? Dia sawo matang ke?
Sawa hebe.
Salah hebe.
Okay.
But I didn't invent men wearing women's clothes.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't invent watak mina. All I know is my comedy, my punchline, the sounds I do, the things I speak up about, they all have a Hirzi voice. The most beautiful thing I noticed is when Muna Hirzi did stuff and when Benzi did stuff, I saw both babies differently.
Yes.
But I know some of the elements are Hirzi. So it was through 2 different collaborations that I know, okay, that is Hirzi. That is my art.
Yes.
Yeah,
Faham.
Nice.
Okay, but before we
Very nice
end the show,
Yes, dah habis.
dah habis. Tapi best saya tak rasa
Tak rasa dah 1
Sure
jam.
lah.
Betul.
Padahal dah 6 jam tau.
Marilah kita solat subuh.
tapi pada pendapat aku kau tak rasa macam hassle ke? Oh, part ways dengan Muna gini. Just come back, just carry on, tak boleh ke? Macam mana?
Kau sebenarnya nak tengok dia terlucar pakaian lah.
Sial lah. Tak adalah. No, aku cakap pasal content. Aku cakap pasal content creation dengan kau punya journey lah.
Yalah.
It's not specifically pasal aku nak tengok Muna. Aku nak tengok kau.
Muna, he said that. So if they invite you for the show, you say no.
Okay.
I think for a karyawan, it's important. It's important to figure out your journey. I think as an artist, it's so meaningful to know the different stages in your life. If you do the same thing over and over again, then you're never going to improve. You're never, not just improve, you're never going to know your purpose.
I see. Tak explore
Yeah, I think knowing purpose has been such an important thing for me since the pandemic actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
What do you see yourself in 5 years time?
Ooh, 5 years ago berapa tahun? 37. No, I'm 33. 38.
Ya, 38.
38 lah.
Kat States lah.
Before 40 tau tu. Jual roti prata?
Aku nak jual nasi pedang dekat Joel.
Nasi pedang?
Nasi pedang lain. Ali suka tu.
I'm gonna make it in the States.
Percaya sama lu lah.
I'm gonna make it in the States.
Yeah.
I used to joke that I'm Singapore's national treasure. It actually came from one random Instagram video I did. Sebab aku tengah cross di jalan tau.
Kau bukan dekat bio Instagram kau ke?
Yeah, exactly. So in 2014, I was living in LA. I was interning in LA. Dan aku tengah macam video-video diri aku while crossing the road. Habis kereta ni horn aku tau. Habis sambil dia horn aku macam, sial lah, you don't know who I am. I'm a national treasure. But aku cakap tu as a joke. I laughed and I'm a national treasure. But it stuck with me. Singapore's national treasure. So right now, it's still a joke to me.
Yeah.
But then after my recent trip in the States, I'd be like, yeah, I am. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not? I try with the Milo can to be a Singapore national treasure. Why not?
Balik kepada doktor tu sial.
Apa doktor? Milo pula.
Okay, tapi kau boleh share dengan kita. Will there be macam banyak orang nak tunggu another macam video Muna dan Hirzi? Kau cuma post satu je.
The nasi kangkang lah.
Yang recent je kan?
Yeah.
Ada tak lagi? Boleh kasih kita
Hint-hint ke apa?
ke?
Maybe exclusive
Untuk kita punya listeners pun dengar.
Okay, I guess. I think if you guys used to love a series from the Minas, there can be an anticipation of something.
Alright.
Dahsyat.
Nampak?
Okay,
Short and sweet.
bagi Hirzi, ni a quick question lah.
A quick question.
Okay,
It's not a question. Sekiranya kalau kawan lama-lama yang Hirzi dah lama tak nampak, sekali diorang tengok kita punya podcast,
Yes, saya.
kan? Ada tak message untuk kawan-kawan Hirzi kat luar tu?
kawan.
Silakan Hirzi.
Nak seram ke nak sedih Hirzi?
Sedih lah, biar sedih lah.
Whatever
Sedih lah Teruskan.
Assalamualaikum teman-teman lama daripada sekolah menengah, sekolah rendah yang aku tak kenal dan tak follow kat Instagram. Sebab siapa engkau? Tapi satu yang aku ingat, masa time kantin kau hutang aku $5, kau kekurangan $5. Aku cakap, okay lah, aku kasih kau sekarang. Tapi sekarang bila aku naik taksi, aku rasa macam risau. Cukup ke aku naik taksi ni? Mungkin aku kekurangan $5. Jadi pada sialan-sialan dan keninabu kat luar tu,
Okay.
yang hutang aku $5,
Ya.
kasih balik please. Kasihlah balik.
Bayar dia.
Dan kalau kau tak ada niat nak kasih balik, hulurkan tangan kepada tabung amal Aidilfitri $5 tu. Dan at least sama-sama kita buat jasa yang baik.
InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Kita jumpa kat luar, kita boleh peluk-peluk
Peluk-peluk.
Muna kasih balik lah $5 dia minta dari tadi.
Siapa je lah. Actually scam. Aku I just want $5 from people. Kau nampak aku kalau kasih je $5.
Scammer ni?
InsyaAllah $5 kalau kiwa boleh saya kaya duk.
$5. Actually kau tahu tak apa-apa yang jual tisu kat luar. Actually kadang-kadang bila orang tak ada, like when aku tak ada change,
Yeah.
And then like I just have like a $2 file, aku just kasih Muna. Okay, this is how sweet Muna is. Every time someone comes to us, kalau kita makan kat hawker, orang minta tisu, dia tak nak tisu tu pun dia kasih 10 dia kasih. Kalau dalam wallet tu 50 je dia kasih 50.
Wah, itulah datang rezeki dia tu. Kan?
Muna apa great.
Kalau aku yang datang, aku cakap Uncle, abang, tissue paper $1 lah $1.
Tapi don't anyhow come to Muna now. Eating hawker.
Don't say advantage.
Sekarang semua sorry, we sell tissue paper and the Milo test.
Kau bayangkan doktor yang Milo ni jual tisu.
Doktor tu tahu Muna kasih Muna kalau ada 1,000 dalam dia kasih sial.
Kasih air Milo lagi.
Okay, sure lah. But thank you so much Hirzi for taking your time jumpa kita. Kita really rasa
terharu.
Appreciate lah.
It's a pleasure, dapat berbual dengan kau. Kau pun national treasure kan. Kita sangat teruja lah.
Teruja, I know that word. Actually kau kasih Mikael message, kenapa kau tak kasih aku message?
Message apa?
Yang kau teruja, yang aku datang kau punya podcast. Aku pernah daripada kau.
Okay, kasih.
Cerita sedih.
Teruskan.
Okay, Hidir. Maaf cakap.
Dah keluar, that's it.
Hidir.
Take 2.
Terima kasih kerana turun kat sini kan. Walau macam mana jauh, dari jauh kau datang
Pelat tadi ni.
Kita very terharu lah. Dan kita bila aku nampak kau the first time aku rasa macam starstruck kau. Sebab selalunya aku nampak kau tempat social media.
OnlyFans.
Ya, OnlyFans. Bila kau pekik sini, pekik sana, tahan tembok sini sana.
Betul.
Jadi aku actually bila tengok dia, aku rasa macam dia lain daripada tu. Dia bukan dia yang kat OnlyFans.
Masa menintis saya mata kau.
Jadi terima kasih lah Hirzi.
Panggil Sasha je senang.
Sasha. Terima kasih. Thank you so much Hirzi.
Thank you.
For taking your time to come to our humble studios. I really love you. We really the common folks love you. Our listeners also love you guys.
Nampak dia dah tukar cepat.
Ya, dia cover. Dia takut tu. Okay.
Thank you so much. Share ni.
Okay, Hirzi.
Yes, I
So kau last lagi, terima kasih. Kita common folks, kita akan doa kau yang terbaik. InsyaAllah segala-galanya apa yang kau nak tu kau boleh dapat, baik kat States ke Singapore ke. And also kedamaian untuk keluarga dan kau punya relationship dengan Muna.
Thank you.
Semoga tercapai sih cita-citanya.
You guys too.
Okay, yang pada siapa yang tengah dengar, kalau korang belum follow Kite boleh siul lah kau.
These guys, they need a Milo test. I think they're having a stroke.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, tu
Kau punya masalah.
Okay, tu those yang belum follow Hirzi, boleh follow dia dekat Instagram.
Kat social media lah.
Social media lah. Semua lah, kira mana-mana lah. Whack je.
Silakan Hirzi dengan nama Instagram,
Handle.
TikTok dan seterusnya.
Instagram is Hirzi official.
Okay.
TikTok is Hirzi not official.
Not official.
Tak tahu kenapa.
Okay, that's you. Okay.
Itu je. YouTube it's Hirzi official. Gmail I don't want your scam.
Okay. Nombor telefon tak boleh kasih takut macam acak.
Dia belum dapat. Korang apa? Kasih apa? Ngomong.
Alright.
Mengilai tau macam.
Okay, dan podcast ini ditajakan khas oleh Agent Hartanah, Faizal Rahim dan Irwan Jumat, atau lebih dikenali sebagai Wan&Zal.
Korang boleh follow orang kat Instagram @Wan&Zal, atau boleh call atau WhatsApp di 9196 0066 9196 0066.
Jadi jangan tunggu lama-lama. Sekiranya anda nak membeli rumah, nak menjual rumah, jangan malu-malu, jangan segan-segan. Hubungi ataupun WhatsApp mereka sekarang juga. Jadi kami berempat ni ingin
menyusun 10 jari lah.
Taklah. Sekiranya kalau kita terkasar bahasa, maki sini maki sana,
Dan kau pay pasal.
I like that.
Ya. That's rough.
Terbogel ke?
Terbogel ke, tertarik zip ke.
Whatever it is, kita minta maaf lah kalau apa yang terkasar bahasa ke. So kita jumpa lagi di lain kesempatan.
So rendah lari ke.
Goodbye.